everyone, we're back doing part 2 with Kris interviewing me. So we've got Kris. Say hi, Kris.
Hello, everyone.
And while you're listening, you can look at that nice tag that I've made for someone. Right, do you want to get going with the questions? Because we've got quite a few.
Yes. First one is, I'd love to know how you got into making kits, and do you find it hard to part yourself from all your trinkets and laces when you decide to sell them?
No. No, not at all. I have my own personal things separated from my store things. So whenever I buy anything in, if I want something of that, whatever it is, I just cut what I need and I put it in my stash. And then the rest goes into the shop. And then when it comes to making kits and that, I've got no qualms whatsoever to just do it. Because I'm not attached to my things. Are you?
Me?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm not.
Well, see, but you buy it in to sell it. Most of my stuff now that I have is my own stash. So I don't make kits out of it.
Yeah. No,
I could because I have a lot.
Yeah. I think that's the reason why I don't have too much, is because I only cut and keep what I need, what I'm going to use. And that's why my stash, my own personal stash, is very low. So, no, I don't have a problem with any of that. Anything else?
Okay, next question is, if it is not too personal, can you let us know about your watch, your white watch you wear? It looks like a treasure with a story.
And that's Jen.
That's Jenny, yeah.
Yeah. It's nothing. It's nothing. My daughter bought it me last year for Christmas. And this is the second strap it's had on it because I wear them out that quick. Because, you know, with all the movement on the deck and that, when I'm moving and messing about, and I get spray painted all over them. And so every now and again I just change the strap. But no, it was a gift from my daughter last year. So it's not precious. It's not, you know, it's precious, but not that precious.
Right. Okay, so, I don't know,
Tanise.
Tanise, okay. She just wants to know about when you could do a video on your spray painting.
Well, I did say in the winter that when summer comes, I will do a spray painting video. And I will show you step by step how quick they are to do. And unfortunately, we haven't had good enough weather, really. We've had a few hot days where it's been too hot. And you can't do it when it's too hot because it just dries quick. So, but I will do it. I've promised that. And I do want to get back into my spray painting because I love that. So, yes, I will be doing one. Soon as. Next.
Okay, so the next one's by Kim. She doesn't have a question. She just says, what a lovely conversation to listen to. I think myself lucky that I too had parents that crafted and taught me to appreciate making things. I only wish that my daughter took an interest in craft. She says, shabby chic, more like shitty shit. Soon, once again, well done, both you and Kris, and long may you continue to inspire us all, Kim.
Well, thank you very much for the compliments. I'm sure we both very appreciate them, don't we? We appreciate them a lot.
Yes, definitely.
But yeah, I think back when, you know, I'm in my 50s, so way back when I was a kid, there was a lot, because most people had to make things. They had no choice but to make them, really. So I think that's where a lot of crafters come from back then. It's whether we pass it on for the next generation and the one after that. Fortunately, in my household, although my daughter's academic, but she's not very clever in the art department. Yet she's got extremely good taste in when she's decorating rooms. She knows how the colour goes and how to minimise things and it look like it's in a magazine.
Yeah.
My two boys are quite artistic. Yeah?
Yeah.
The 2 boys are. The youngest one more than anybody. The girl's dad.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what's surprising is, I've said this before, my youngest son, Gary, how he's doing, you know, like making everything for the garden, the pagoda and all of that, and he's done it. He's had no training. He's never seen anybody make one. He's just done it. And it was absolutely amazing how he did it. You know, then he did the pen for the animals, then the shed for her, and the shed for the workroom for him. It's just great what he's done. So I think it's gone through the genes.
Yeah, it has.
And
it went through the genes with my girls. Both of them have crafted. Desiree did scrapbooking, and then she made clothes and burp cloths and all that stuff when she got pregnant. And then Jen's always been into jewelry making.
Yeah, jewelry.
And painting.
Yeah.
So it goes through the genes.
Yeah.
Especially if they're involved when you're doing it, you know.
Yeah. Hopefully, I mean, I've passed it on through to the grandkids. Hopefully they will cherish and keep it and pass it on again.
Oh, yeah. They definitely do already.
Do you know what I like about that? If the videos are going to be here like on a permanent basis for the next 50 years,
yeah,
just think their children and their grandchildren will be able to sit and watch my videos, although they'll never meet me.
Right.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it is, definitely.
And they'll learn about me through...
something for them to cherish.
Yeah, but I'm saying those that will never meet me, great-grandchildren and great-great-grandchildren, will have those if we still have videos back then, you know, in the future.
Yeah, exactly.
So they could learn about me that way.
Okay, so now that you're talking about that, I do have a question for that one.
Go on then.
What do you dislike about YouTube?
Arseholes. I'm sorry, I'm blunt as and straight as a arseholes. I can't stand them. I do not understand.
What do you mean by that?
I don't understand why. We've got a crafting community. This is all I'm going to talk about because that's what we're involved in. Yes. I don't understand why there has to be people, mainly women, who come on to other people's channels, make snidey and nasty comments, bully people, which we know it happens because we've proof it happens.
Yeah.
And it's one thing I cannot abide. Why do they do it? Why can they not just share what they know, take in what other people are doing, and just be together like we should be, help each other? But no. It does boil down to a lot of it to jealousy, and it does boil down to the bitches being proper bitches because either they can't do it, what other people can do, or they're jealous about what the other person has achieved.
Well, my motto is, if you don't have anything nice to say, then don't say anything at all.
Well, that's my motto. But I say it a bit. What's it? If you don't have anything nice to say, shut up.
Yeah.
Go crawl back under your stone.
Exactly.
Simple.
Okay,
next.
So we got more to move on to.
Yeah.
Pammy wrote, "Hello, Fee and Kris. Loved the interview. Was funny and a little bit sad when talking about your grandparents. They sound lovely. Lovely people. Thank you for sharing the snippets of your family life. Was really interesting to hear about the fossils. And just imagine you and Ray climbing down mountains and hanging off ledges, etc. Laugh out loud. Thank you, Fee. You are an inspiration. Love and hugs, Pammy."
Well, I have to say, Pammy, yes, we've done it. We've gone up the mountains and back down, and we've gone down the cliffs and everything, down on ropes and whatever. We both did it, and we thoroughly enjoyed it. It was an amazing thing to do. Once you train your eye to know what you're looking for, you can spot them a mile off, fossils. And it's another thing that I managed to teach my grandchildren who still want to do it. They still ask to go to the beach to fossil, and they can tell you what the fossils are. They know what each one is. So that's another thing that we've instilled in them. And that will be something they can then do with their children, maybe. At least they'll have that knowledge they'll be able to pass on to them when they're out with them.
That's true.
So yeah, loved it. Just sad that I can't do it anymore.
Okay, so gotta move on.
Yeah.
Jessica, and I think it's German.
Mm.
She says, "What a wonderful story about grandmother." Laugh out loud. "It's lovely to learn more about you. You've done all sorts of crafts. Lovely to have lots of crafty talents. I remember that spray painting picture. I loved it. The best thing about you is your willingness to try anything. I can't sit and do nothing. I have to be busy doing something with my hands. You have left a wonderful legacy. The things you have taught me and me are wonderful. I can only imagine how many people you've taught. Thank you. Hugs, Jess."
Yeah, well, Jess, the thing is, I never say no to trying something. If you don't know, if you don't try, you'll never know, will you?
No.
You're an example. You've never done the altered art.
I didn't know.
And then when you did it, you were amazing when you did it. When you did that tag, it was so shabby chic. All the shabby chic work looked shit. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
But you didn't know you could do that till you put your hand to it and tried it. And you were, I can't do it. And she was a right little whinge bag. I ain't doing it. I can't do that thing, that. I went, just try it. We took you through stage by stage, didn't we? Online.
Yep, and it was awesome. I had so much fun.
Yeah, and what she produced was brilliant. I think you've got that on film, haven't you?
I think so.
Yeah, so you need to go to scrappingidea.com and have a look at her channel. Kris's channel. So,
yeah, link on your front page.
Yeah. This is my policy. Do not sit at your craft table looking at your craft equipment and saying, I can't do it. You've got all that stuff in your rooms. I'd love to go into some of their rooms. My God, I would craft till my heart's content.
We did when you were here.
Yeah, because you've got I'm going to say a shed full, but you've got a room full.
Yeah.
But do not sit and look at it and say, I don't know what to do, I can't do it. Get it all out. Get a load. You just go choose 7 things. Choose 7 things, right? Put them on the desk and say, right, what can I make with them 7 things? It's one way to see what you can do.
Yeah.
And just do it.
See what you can do.
Exactly. So there. Never say never.
Never say never. Okay, so Kathy Case says, Fiona, I truly enjoy you making your videos and tutorials. I love your work and you inspire me to do more. I would have to hoard all the laces and doilies you find. Laugh out loud. Thank you very much for all you do. Thanks for sharing. Hugs, Kathy.
Well, I would say don't hoard anything. Why hoard it? You've bought it to use it. When you go out and buy something, do you go out with the right frame of mind? Because there's 2 reasons why people go out and buy something in crafts. One is because they think, wow, that would do so-and-so. I could make so-and-so. Or 2 is, I want that because everybody else has got it. It's brand new on the market. Think about your options while you buy it. I never buy it because somebody else has got it or it's the newest thing out. I couldn't give a toss whether it's the newest thing out. I think when I look at something and I say, I could do that with it. Oh, what if I did that? And I'll buy it and take it home. Simple as. People have got the wrong idea.
Next one. Gotta move on. Deborah. On YouTube, I love your quick ribbon flower you made chatting with Kris. Lots of things I've learned. Thanks to all your crafty ladies. Thank you for taking the time to teach us. Deborah.
Yeah, I like doing the flowers. They're quite easy to do, and I'm glad that now other people can do them.
Yes, and you've taught a lot of people doing them. Okay, so then, that was the last of her thing. Oh, sorry. Her beginning of it said, Hi, Fiona, would have to say you are the Jill of all crafts. How talented are you? I went over to look at your paintings You are one crafty chick. Love listening to you and Kris, having a good time. I went into a craft shop and asked if they sell UT. The ladies asked me, what is that? I told them I saw it on YouTube. They replied, oh, well, we don't watch or learn from YouTube. I said, well, I don't buy from your shop, and walked out.
I don't blame you, sweetheart. Do you know what makes me laugh? And it really peeves me. We get it here. I mean, we haven't got as many craft places as you have. But what we do have, you walk in there and you'll say, have you got so-and-so? What's that? How can you work in a place where you don't know what you're selling?
Yes.
How do they expect people to buy? The power of selling is that you are there to coax, encourage people to buy. You can't do that if you don't know what the hell you're talking about. So the businesses must be losing money, left, right, hand over fist.
Yeah.
They must be. Because they haven't got the right people doing it.
Her question was, do you find that insulting, as I have learned many things watching on YouTube?
Yeah, very. Very insulting. I find I'm bewildered by it. I'm bewildered that they can take on somebody and either not train them on what they sell, or they haven't got a clue.
Yeah, and they should, because that's what they're selling in their shop.
Exactly. Whatever job I've ever taken on, I've always learnt it top to bottom. And there is a true saying, know your craft.
Yeah. True.
Yeah. Next one.
True. Okay, so next one, it says, Fiona, your work is amazing and you are your own worst critic, because I think everything you do is gorgeous and handmade is the best. You don't need expensive gadgets to create beautiful things. Love watching your videos and all the tutorials you have. I have learned so much from you. Hugs, Rita.
Thank you very much, Rita. Yeah. I mean, there's not much I can say to that, because I'm mainly just, she's like giving compliments out, and I'm not one for compliments.
So the next one is Darlene, and she says, hi, Fee. Really, really love this interview. You are my #1 crafter on YouTube. You have taught me so much. You had such an amazing childhood. Wish my mom was a crafter and would have taught me things. Is there anything you would change about your crafting?
Is there anything I would change about my crafting? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'd invent a new glue gun that I could use.
That's a good one, yeah. The glue guns.
Yeah, it drives me insane. It drives me nuts. But yeah, I'd invent a glue gun that actually works.
Yeah, especially for the UK, because my Surebonder in the US works perfect.
Yeah, it does. Mine's are, yeah.
Okay, and she says, where do you find your ideas, or is this all from your childhood?
No, I have a lot of memories of things that I made with my grandparents and my mother and my father. So I'm inspired by them sort of things. But anything and everything. I can look at something, and I do look at it and I say, what can I do with that? How can I change it? And then that inspires me to get out what I've got and play around and see what I can come up with. And it's often while you're doing something, you find out something else.
Yeah. Okay, so now, next question. It's from Lorraine, and she says, hi, Fee. Do you drive?
No.
If not, why not?
No, I don't drive. I started driving after my children were born. And when I say started, I did a couple of trips out. And them blooming trucks, they come right at me. I was actually on their side, but, I'd gone over the road. So, no. I wish I had, though. It's one of my biggest regrets in life.
Yeah.
I don't have many, but that was one of them.
It says, from Kris, elementary girl crafts. Really fascinating to hear about you, Fee. Is there anything you can't do?
I can't sing.
No, you can't remember.
Well, I can't remember things. Well, I'm getting old now. Older. I can't sing. I was in the school choir. I don't mean this school, but when I was a younger person. No, I don't know, because I try anything and everything. You put it in front of me, and I will try it.
Yeah, you do. Okay, so now you said work. A lot of people don't know that you work. So tell us about your job.
Right, yeah. I am a teaching assistant, although the class is as a teacher. You know, we're treated the same as the others. And I work in a primary school. At the moment, I'm year 2. I was in year 6 last year, and that was a fantastic year. It was one of my best years in the 12 years I've been teaching. And I do look after children who need help, basically. I mean, they all need help, but I'm on about, the lower grade ones in the class. I work very closely, one-to-ones and things like that. But yeah, I do work. I was working full-time up until September last year, and because of what I'm doing now with the crafts, I cut my hours down, and now I only work 5 mornings a week.
Okay. Now, someone says, it's Lori Townsend. She said, did your children pick up the love of art?
Yeah, but art, there's lots of forms of art, isn't there? Now, like I said, my daughter, yes. Interior design is my daughter. She can do that.
Yes.
She can make a room look like it's come out of a magazine, and had £1 million spent on it.
Right.
You know, her house is, well, it's my house, but the house she lives in is absolutely gorgeous. My youngest son is the arty one, and the one that does woodwork and things like that. And my eldest son is quite arty. He can draw and do all that sort of thing. So, yeah, it's passed on.
So they did take after it. So that's good.
Yeah.
Okay, she also says, is there any piece that you would have made and felt like it was your best work and kept it?
I wish I could remember. I can't remember. Can you think of anything that I used to have done and I liked? I can't even remember. I've done that much, Kris.
I know.
You know, 3,000 videos. Oh, God. What have I done that I liked?
Well, I think the one thing that comes first to my mind is your miniatures.
Yeah, I've got to say.
Miniature one that you did and sold to Lucky.
I did the witches. Now, if you're new to the channel, I've done a witches room, a whole room. And so if you just type in a wizard room, sorry, it was a wizard room, wasn't it?
Yes.
So if you type in wizard miniatures Fiona, it will come up. And there's several videos on, because each piece was all made, even the units were all made by hand.
And then she says, at last but not least, when can we sit down and craft together in the United States?
I need a team to back me. That's what I need. Tim Holtz's got his team. Marion Smith's got her team. I need a team. I need somebody who's going to say, come on, Fee, we're going to take you and we're going to make you travel around the world, and we're going to the States. Because that's where the most crafters are.
That would be awesome.
Who's going to do that? I'm not in the States. Fortunately, they're in the States and can get that backup. But here, no chance.
Yeah.
I would love somebody to invite me over. Well, I mean, Mark has, but I would love somebody to get me over there and say, right, this is your team, and you're going to go from state to state. I would do it in a flash.
Yeah, and it would be amazing.
Oh, God, the amount of people I would... it would. Amazing.
Yep. Okay, it says, Dottie Jen, it says, if your childhood... Fee, your childhood sounds fabulous. You are a very lucky, lucky lady. Question, what are your cooking skills like?
Well, let me see. They're actually quite good. My mother, we used to bake. Well, both my parents baked. I have to say my dad did as well. My dad used to make all the scones and the bread and that sort of thing. And my mum did all the sweet things. And I have to say, all of us learnt how to bake and cook. all of us. And I passed that on to my kids when they were growing up. By the age of 10, my children could cook a Sunday dinner. But by the time I was 10, I was cooking a Sunday dinner.
Okay, and then she says, and what is your favorite meal to cook?
I've two. I've got two. Here in Yorkshire, here in the UK, people will know them. And that's Yorkshire pudding. I absolutely love Yorkshire pudding. Right? We call it...
Is that what you made for me?
Yeah, we did Yorkshire pudding, and I did the sponge, the other one, which is the... We had it tonight, actually. It was mince and suet.
Yes.
So I did the mince and suet when I was over there. But Yorkshire pudding, definitely.
Okay, so... Botiku, is that? That's...
Renier.
Renier. Okay, she says, if you would be an important person for a day, who would you be and what would you change?
I'd be the Prime Minister of the UK. And the first thing I would do is sack all the arseholes. Well, without a doubt. I would get shut and get in some real people who know what real life's all about. Not all those that... Oh, have you seen half of them here in this country? What's yours like? We've got the House of Lords. When they're filming the House of Lords, they're like this. They're all laid fast asleep in the seats. And they call that work. No, sack them all, get rid.
Yep. Okay, so Pammy Stace 1953 just said, oh dear, what a laugh. And then Darla G, she says, oh my gosh, the trickling water had me wondering, laugh out loud.
Had me wanting to pee, I don't know about her.
Sorry, but that's my fountain. My husband saved it for me. Okay, so Miggly Max said, love the shabby comments. I feel the same, but lady, nothing you make is crap. You are one of my favorite crafters and artists. Geez, I am yappy today. You are hard on yourself.
I know I'm hard on myself, but, you know.
And then she says, sigh, I can't hear the later stuff.
Yeah, I think it's when the water was trickling in the background.
Oh, sorry about that, guys. That's my fault. Oh, and then she said, how did you meet your hubby? Is he crafty?
How did I meet my hubby? Right, I was friends of my husband's daughter. We worked together. She had underwear stall, and I worked at that stall, so I got to know Ray through her.
Is he crafty?
Yes.
I know he is. I've seen what he's made.
He's very artistic.
It's amazing, yeah.
Yeah.
It is amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, so Kimmy Ward 32 says, I'll finish this now, laugh out loud. Anyway, what I was going to ask is, do you have people who seem to be agitated towards you simply because of your talents?
Yes.
Yes.
All the time.
Often. Very often.
They're the ones that keep causing me problems.
Yep.
Yeah.
They do. It's stupid.
And
they're like children.
I've been on here, is it 3 or 4 years now?
Almost 4 years.
Yeah, and I've had a handful